So starting the test drive in this X5 M60i here, I mean, it's tough. It's a twin turbo V8. Even in this big SUV, it still pulls very nicely. Now you can always switch that up, put it into comfort mode, and get it going that way. It still has pull, it just doesn't get that full aggressive effect from the exhaust, the engine sounds, and all of that. But in the sport mode, you get a certain view, and I couldn't figure it out earlier, but here in the comfort mode, you're able to do a bit more in terms of just fooling with the content and all of that there. You can change the layout. So it's a pretty intuitive system overall in terms of what you can set up here. Just whatever you want to see. Now I will say activating this cruise control is kind of weird. You have to turn it on, I think, then change the mode and then set it and something. Then you got to hit this button again, but it's a pretty good system, I think. But you can change it. I guess based on how you set it. But again, I just find it a bit confusing. So I won't fool with that. I guess I should have done more research on it before I got behind the wheel. I just assumed this had the adaptive cruise control because I just drove a 228 and that cruise control made a lot more sense even though it was adaptive. But it could just have this this setting or something, I don't know. Something tells me it's probably something in the screen. But the ride, even though it's an M60i, it's more sport oriented, it's still pretty comfortable. A lot of that has to do with the seats and just riding on this platform. The X5s have always driven smoothly, but almost Jeep-like, if that makes sense. Just in how they turn, how they handle. Not in a bad way, but like in a sporty way. And that may or may not make sense, but that's just how I feel. But road noise is surprisingly pretty good, even with these bigger wheels on here. But we're gonna put it in a sport mode and give it a pull getting on the interstate here momentarily. It gets really aggressive when you put in a Sport Plus. And it really doesn't even want to shift. It just wants you to redline it. Here we go. Oh my gosh. That was so effortless for this thing. Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, that is fantastic. And the sound you get is also just crazy. Just very, very tough. I'm gonna slow it down, see if I can give it another pull here. I mean, it's so quick. Now I want to give one more thanks to Auto Collection of Murfreesboro and Auto Pro Nashville for allowing me to review this X5 today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these pre-owned, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever pre-owned vehicle you might be interested in. But I mean, an overall aggressive BMW here, the ultimate driving machine, as you would expect from this company. I mean, the power is there, the comfort is there, the drivability is there, but it just feels amazing. Whether you want to drive this thing as, I don't know, like a mom car or whatever, you just want that space and you don't want it to be a van or something like that, or if you just want a sports vehicle and you want to have that extra space with an SUV instead of getting a 5 Series. I mean, this is better than what I was expecting it to be, and I had pretty high expectations for this. But I mean, the cackle of the exhaust was fantastic. So I checked while sitting at that red light there. I don't think that this is equipped with whatever package includes the adaptive cruise control, which is a bummer, I think, because for this price point, I would want to have full-on adaptive cruise with lane centering, and just have the regular cruise for almost $100,000 is kind of a letdown, but some people don't care about that. Me personally, I'd be heated. And I feel like some manufacturers just try so hard. I think GM, BMW, like they don't put this equipment in these vehicles that are standard in some of the competition. So Toyota basically has it in everything. Hyundai has it in most things. Ford has it in a lot of their lineup. I just think adaptive cruise control and lane centering should be the new standard, because if Toyota and Honda have it on pretty much everything, everybody should have it. And you know, if it's not hurting the manufacturers, I guess that's cool. But if it was me and I found that out, I would think twice before buying a vehicle from a company that's like, no, you don't need adaptive cruise with lane centering, even though a standard Toyota RAV4 has that. But it just makes driving so much easier, especially for longer road trips. It's great. Might be a reason the people that had this weren't concerned about it, because it has 8,800 miles on it, and they were probably just taking it to and from one side of town to the other. Maybe a road trip or two, but it's not for everybody, specifically for older people that don't like it or who aren't used to it. But my generation, like, I just feel like we expect that now. But other than that, I mean, this is an incredible vehicle. Absolutely incredible. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 BMW X5 M60i.